Hi, everyone. Today, I want to talk about entrepreneurs, specifically growth entrepreneurs, and um, and this is something that, again, as I've touched on earlier, this is something that some people may struggle with because there are growth entrepreneurs in denial, and what I mean by that is they may not be in the typical entrepreneur kind of job description, like business owner or working for a startup. Just typically those job descriptions that you would say, "Oh, this guy's an entrepreneur." Because I've met entrepreneurs who are consultants, who are in banking, who are in retail, etc. Basically, in many other industries, who work with larger corporates, and they are entrepreneurially minded. They could be writers, even artists, and they are entrepreneurially minded. Um, but what tends to happen is that I guess one of the key differences between like a corporate and a and entrepreneurship and the challenges we face, this uncertainty, is that everyone usually is trying to navigate uncertainty. Imagine launching a new idea. Um, Imagine launching a new initiative. That is almost a constant. That is almost a constant in the lives that we are facing as entrepreneurs. So there's this model simply as 2 + 2 = 4. That's the whole uh, certainty navigation. While entrepreneurs are putting in efforts, or the efforts that they feel is correct are correct, and we're coming up with 2 + 2, but hey, it's -5, it's 1, it's 3. One day it can be 15. It can be 0, etc., etc. So what's happening? What's happening? And I think one thing that will help all of us as growth entrepreneurs is the thinking behind the fact that we're actually navigating uncertainty. We are actually navigating uncertainty, and that's the opportunity we have. And in fact, that's the only way to approach this game that we are playing. And I like to use this word game. Um, Everybody uses this word game, but it is, again, when I was coming into this whole abundance mindset area, which we had touched on again in the last video, and what's driving you. Um, Approaching it as a game, it's basically how we show up and how we contribute our unique value, our unique talents, our how we contribute our unique process, our unique way uh, to play this game. How we show up and what tools we use. Everybody's experiences are unique, and how do we take that? How do we take that and make that work for us? So, and then win according to our metrics, not win according to the guy next door, but win according to our metrics. So it's not even a competition of the market. It's a competition for yourself. It's a competition for yourself. And my view is the competition to yourself is that abundant scorecard, which we'll touch on later. But the point is, we will be constantly facing, it can be micro challenges to macro challenges. Macro means, you could simply put, the whole world's facing it. A micro, it's just specific to you. Okay. And there's all kinds of currency fluctuations, visa restrictions, people in government, technology. We in Hong Kong have faced recently protests. Uh, uh, you can see what's happening in the U.S. and to- all the changes happening there, basically, and then there's COVID impacting things globally. How is that impacting business? How is that impacting you? How is that impacting what you're trying to do while playing your game? So the question becomes, what's the game plan for that? So I simply like to put this I like to simply show this. I like to show this simply via this graph here, this slide. And as an entrepreneur, as a growth entrepreneur, what's driving you? I think we have to get comfortable with the fact that we are activated by crisis. It's almost like we are chasing, or we are woken up by that crisis, and we could soften that word to challenge, but we are basically woken up by an event that suddenly activates all the superpowers that we need to use. Okay, we are also part of what we do is this discovery area, which is the resourcefulness, the curiosity, um, how we how we end up playing the game and at what level. Um, Clearly, we have to be passionate about it. As entrepreneurs, one of the things I want to do is make sure that anybody who is in entrepreneurship is setting themselves up for success. And the right way to do that is to find where the passion is. So for a lot of the people who we can see have found success earlier, they've actually found their passions earlier, or they're very aware of that and they're just working from that. And then of course there's this constant, it's not even a need, but there's this constant um almost uh talent that we have of adding value, because we're always asking that question. We're never really going to sit still. How do we constantly add value? How are we adding value to whatever game that it is we are playing? So I hope I hope this helps you think through a little bit around uh, what is an entrepreneur, who is an entrepreneur, what is a growth entrepreneur, and why it is that we do what we do. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.